진짜 너무 맛있겠다. 인생 처음으로 제가 다이어트 지금 하고 있습니다.
왜 안 먹어, 정국아? 너도 해야 돼?
오늘 딱 하려고 했는데. 여기 중에서는 뭐가 제일 그거야? 뭐가 시그니처야? 아니 뭐가 제일 칼로리가 없을 것 같아? 고구마는 좀 괜찮아.
형, 이거 별 차이 없어요, 이거는. 근데 솔직히 이거 그냥 맛있는 거 한 입만 먹어도 이게 완전 별로 안 돼.
지민이, 와중에 태영이 옆에서 야, 이 중에 칼로리가 어떤 게 제일 좀 낮을 것 같냐? 와, 누가 보지 이거?
우와, 야, 방금 냄새 맡고 진짜.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some
형이 여기 있어?
let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
나 있어.
Have you ever felt betrayed? Things realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me.
가져가. 이게 뭐야? 가져가. 이거 여섯 장 맞춰 빨리. 여섯 장지 이렇게 해서 주라니까 진짜 이제 헷갈리잖아.
Up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is
태영이 형은 몇 장이야? 심지어 여긴 태영이도 없어. 심지어 여긴 태영이도 없어.
enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes.
자, 5. 자, 5. 자, 태영이가 정해. 어디로 들어갈지. 빨리 시작하는 사람이 좋구나.
Like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go
전 이쪽으로 돌게요.
오케이, 정국이.
crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you shut the fuck up real bad.
자, 다시 카르마가 돌아왔어. 자, 다시 카르마가 돌아왔어.
And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole.
너 없으면 죽었지 뭐.
그런 건 없어, 우리한테는.
You crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violent.
자, 끝내세요.
Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes my dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
아 태형이 뭐 했는데?
저 오했어요.
뭐 했다고? 그래
그래 한번 적당하잖아.
태형이 우리한테 가끔 영상 보내고 그냥 배도 아니고
네, 저 배집상.
저 그냥 사과? 근데 태형이 형 같기도 하고. 야 태형이 이야기 좀 들어. 태형이 형 같은데 지민이 형이 너무 뻔뻔해서 마음에 안 들어. 지민이 형 결정. 그냥 죽이고 싶어 봐. 그래. 내가 태형이랑 했잖아. 태형이 형 같았거든? 왜 너가 나?
너 날 너무 잘 알아.
야 근데 이거는
너 날 너무 잘 알았어.
자 들어볼까요?
보병 지민이. 보병 지민이.
난 정국이.
정국이 일단 가자. 너무 쉽다 이거는.
당신 라이언입니까?
오케이 이 있어. 몇인데?
2.
내가 형 보내줬다.
Living life every day, late at night.
이 있어. 저 이의적이 합니다. 이의적이 합니다. 오케이 이 있어. 이 있어. 이거 나 원점으로 가서 상관없어. 입니다. 나 주reg이야.
Not okay, all I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy, there's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything, see you in the next. if you don't try at anything. So I'ma just see you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I
이재기합니다.
다요 그럼. 반사하고 이거 할까 말까.
want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy.
야 종구야 만약에 5 아니면 너 거의 선두야 너 3등이야 그러면. 윤기 형의 말을 믿어볼까? 윤기 형 끝냈으니까.
앉아 있어.
앉아있으라고?
내가 게임을 터트려 주고 왔어. 오!
종구야 한번 가봐라. 종구야 인생 한 방이다. 인생 한 방이야. 들어가볼까? 들어가. 오케이 들어갑니다.
아니야.
아니라고?
앉아 있어.
앉아있으라고?
내가 게임을 터트려 주고 왔어.
Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take that as meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna.
지민이 형한테 한 번도 안 갔어. 근데 네가 마지막에 바꾼 걸 잘했어. 야, 네가 이길 거야. 형, 근데 나 형한테 거짓말 다 나.
Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring. Yeah, we all wanna be free.
근데 너 왜 여기 있었던 거야?
아 이기고자 하면 살 것이고 지고자 하면 죽을 거
So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring.
하면 죽을 거 같아서 진짜 솔직하게 다 얘기했어.
Spot just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go
하나,
둘, 셋.
off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce? It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. If you work for it, it's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God.